Gold just hit a level most people thought was impossible, but Wall Street's most famous bull, Lee of Fundstrat, says we haven't seen anything yet. He has just issued a staggering target of $8,900 for gold. But here's the real kicker. Tom isn't just bullish on metals. He says that if gold can re-rate this high, then the stock market is actually drastically undervalued. Is he right, or are we staring at a giant bull trap? Welcome to ZeroHours News. I'm your host, and today we are breaking down the math, the macro, and the black swan resilience that has Tom Lee doubling down on a massive year-end rally for equities. Let's start with the number that has everyone talking. Gold has been the star of 2026, outperforming almost every other asset class. In a recent appearance on CNBC, Tom Lee pointed out something most analysts are missing. He isn't just looking at a price chart, he's looking at capital allocation. Lee argues that gold has been undervalued for decades. He points to a global re-rating, where physical supply is so tight that the paper market can no longer control the price. Working with technical analyst DeMark, Lee sees a path to $8,900. Because as geopolitical tensions rise and central banks like China and even private companies like Tether continue to gobble up physical gold, the fair value is shifting higher. But here is where it gets interesting for stock investors. Lee says, quote, "If gold can re-rate higher, then so can equities." Many skeptics say stocks are too expensive. They look at the S&P 500 and see high PE ratios and bubble territory. But Tom Lee has a counter-argument that is hard to ignore. Over the past year, we've faced 6 separate black swan events, from massive deleveraging shocks in the crypto market to major tariff escalations. Yet, the stock market's valuation hasn't collapsed. Lee views the stock market like a single, massive company. If it can survive 6 disasters, yet keep growing earnings, it deserves a higher valuation. In Lee's words, confidence in U.S. corporate profitability far exceeds confidence in any elected official. That resilience justifies a re-rating. Now I have to give you the full picture. Tom Lee is a bull, but he isn't blind. He is warning of a painful decline coming mid-year in 2026. He expects a correction of 15 to 20% that will feel like a bear market. The market needs to digest the Fed's latest pivots. But Lee is telling his clients to see this not as a crash, but as a buying opportunity. 90% probability of a full-year gain if the start is strong. Finally, let's look at the digital gold. While gold is hot now, Lee believes it is nearing its peak. He predicts a massive rotation trade. He expects that capital to flow violently back into Bitcoin and Ethereum. He is still standing by his $250,000 Bitcoin target. He's also looking at Ethereum to bottom out around $2,400 before a massive recovery. We are in a hard asset cycle. The bottom line? Whether it's gold at $8,900 or the S&P 500 reclaiming new highs, the message is clear. The bull market is still in its early stages. What do you think? Is Tom Lee too optimistic? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to ZeroHours News for the updates that matter. I'm your host, and I'll see you at the next market open. Stay ahead of the trend.